In the summer of 2025, a seismic shift began to unfold in the global balance of power. The roots of this transformation trace back to a single, decisive move. The United States, under President Donald Trump, imposed a sweeping 15% tariff on Japanese goods. This measure, a reduction from the previously threatened 20% rate, came after intense negotiations in which Japan agreed to expand market access for American agricultural products and loosen non-tariff restrictions on U.S. technology exports. Yet, despite these concessions, the tariffs landed with a heavy thud, sending shockwaves through the corridors of power in Tokyo and Washington alike. For decades, the U.S.-Japan alliance had stood as a pillar of stability in the Asia-Pacific region. Economic ties ran deep, strategic cooperation was robust, and mutual trust shaped the partnership. However, the events of July 2025 marked the beginning of an era-defining reset. Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba's government found itself in crisis mode. Despite persistent lobbying and diplomatic overtures, Japan failed to secure meaningful exemptions from the tariffs. The impasse not only strained the economic relationship, but also cast a shadow over the broader alliance, prompting some analysts to warn of the worst crisis between the two nations in a quarter century. This turmoil coincided with a period of political instability within Japan's ruling party. Domestic challenges compounded the sense of vulnerability, making it increasingly difficult for Ishiba's administration to chart a clear path forward. Against this backdrop, attention turned to the international stage, specifically to the growing influence of the BRICS coalition, comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. In July 2025, BRICS convened a high-profile summit in Rio de Janeiro. The group's leaders, emboldened by the recent accession of Indonesia, the first Southeast Asian country to join BRICS, articulated a bold vision for the future. They emphasized the need for strengthened multilateralism, called for the establishment of new international standards, and positioned BRICS as a credible alternative to the established Western-led order. For nations feeling marginalized by existing global institutions, BRICS offered the promise of diversified alliances and greater agency. Japan's predicament did not go unnoticed. As trade tensions with the U.S. escalated, voices within Tokyo's political and business circles began to discuss the unthinkable, realigning Japan's foreign policy and considering closer ties with BRICS. Though Japan had not formally joined the group as of August 2025, the possibility became a hot topic in diplomatic circles and media coverage. The prospect of Japan, the world's third-largest economy, exploring alignment with BRICS sent ripples across global markets and posed a direct challenge to the U.S.-centric system that had dominated international relations for generations. For President Trump, the idea of Japan joining BRICS was nothing short of a nightmare scenario. Such a move would not only undermine the United States' strategic posture in Asia, but also embolden other American allies to seek alternatives in the face of unilateral tariff policies and unpredictable diplomacy. The credibility of U.S. leadership, already under scrutiny, risked further erosion. Meanwhile, within Japan, the debate grew more urgent. Proponents of closer ties with BRICS argued that diversification was no longer a luxury, but a necessity. By engaging with BRICS, Japan could access new markets, reduce its vulnerability to U.S. economic pressure, and play a more influential role in shaping the emerging international order. Critics, however, warned of potential pitfalls, geopolitical risks, challenges to existing alliances, and the complexities of navigating BRICS' diverse membership. As global dynamics continue to shift, Japan stands at a crossroads. The choices made in the coming months will reverberate far beyond Tokyo and Washington, influencing the trajectory of international trade, security, and diplomacy. The question now is not only whether Japan will join BRICS, but what such a realignment would mean for the world. A world where old alliances are tested, new partnerships are forged, and the future remains, as ever, uncertain.